Hey everyone, it's Kong again with the second challenge for the Fireworks Festival. This one is Angela's Mad Test Subject, and I think they mean Angelica, since that's who I'm fighting. So the gist of this challenge is basically that you have to defeat this buffed up Angelica, and it's kind of within a time limit. Not because there's an actual time limit on the battle, but because she keeps summoning her little Angie robots, and they can't be killed effectively. So they gradually fill up the screen and do a bunch of AoEs on you. And the more there are, the more damage you take from the AoEs, and also the harder it is to get at Angelica to hit her. So she does have a little mechanic where if you fully surround her, she'll kill your whole team. So just always make sure that there's one open side where one of your characters isn't standing. It's okay if one of her robots is standing there, but you can't have 4 of your characters all around her. Other than that, I don't know, you may have read or heard already that most people are just rushing down this boss by doing as much DPS as fast as possible to take her out. And to be honest, normally I'd say that's kind of the purview of really high-level, high-ranked, fully buffed-up players. But it kind of is the strategy for this fight. Like I was saying before, the stat check mechanic on whether you can clear the stat check and beat this or not is whether you can defeat her before the field gets filled up by robots. So you do need to do enough damage within a certain number of turns. So here I was just showing the skills for this robot. This is the first robot she summoned, and it basically does a little like sword dance-like AoE attack. So you can kind of see from my team composition here, I brought mostly my DPS units. Liana hopefully will be more than enough to keep us all healed up. I could probably do without Landius, to be honest, because he's not really doing much in the way of tanking. I just brought him just in case maybe his Indomitable would come in handy, and because he's a fairly capable attacker anyway. So I also brought Lana, who's not necessarily one of my best DPS, but I wanted her debuffing abilities. So you'll see how Landius is purple here. Angelica has a similar kind of mechanic to Sleipnir, where one of your characters is hunted, and this is basically just telling you the unit that Angelica is going to prioritize attacking. So yeah, next robot has a boost to his AoE. You can kill these constructs, but they keep coming back, kind of like Virash or other characters that have that unflinching counter on them. These things come back like 15 times, so it's honestly not really worth trying to take them out. Now, if you are going to try to play this more strategically and play with positioning, you can knock these robots down below half health and then they can't move anymore. So you can try to do that to keep them out of your way, to keep them out of AoE range, and to keep them from clogging up your lanes at Angelica. But I didn't really bother with that. I was hoping that my characters are strong enough to use the rushdown strategy. And my characters are a lot less powerful than other YouTubers or other, people who have been playing for a long time and may have cleared this already. So if my characters can do it, then that kind of sets a bar for whether you think your team can rush her down or not. So this first guy's AoE fully killed one of my Yulia's lives. All the other AoEs seem fairly non-threatening. If I'm going to have to take a turn to get set back up with my faction buffs and get Yulia healed up, then I might as well get everyone. I'm going to try to get everyone within Liana's talent range to get some free bonus healing. So I will attack with Leon, and then move him down. This way Liana can act again, while also healing the people who kind of need it. So we'll get Elwin back into the mix. Yulia gets some respectable healing off that, so that's nice. So another nice thing that's probably worth mentioning about this battle is characters that can attack and then move away, or who have a good variety of options in terms of attacking from range, can be really helpful because it helps you not clog up the areas around Angelica. It removes the threat of you accidentally surrounding her. And it also helps you spread out your team a little bit to avoid the increasing AoEs. Like, every turn there's a new robot, so they keep piling on more and more and more. So if you can spread out your team, then you can reduce the likelihood that they will do a lot of crippling damage to your entire team. So you see, I'm kind of finding a place. Yeah, I'll move Leon over here. Lana had the benefit of being able to attack from an extra tile away, so that was fine. I knew she was weak and squishy anyway, but it doesn't look like from Angelica's health here that I'm going to really suffer from losing Lana very much. Just gonna take a turn and get Landius powered back up. And then I'll get some more passive healing on these guys. So this is going to be the turn where these robots start to get annoying. I'm going to lose Yulia there. But so far the AoE damage, other than that one attack on Yulia, hasn't been catastrophic. Now, you can see what's annoying about these robots now, is that my whole team who's stuck to the south of Angelica can't really get at her. So I'm just doing this heal to get Leon up to full health so he can do more damage. She is almost toast, it's really just a question of getting at her now. So in the absence of other options, I'm just gonna kind of go ham on one of these robots just to see what happens. At the very least, I know that he will, he'll stay there. He'll stay put for a turn. So it looks like Leon and Landius can both attack without help. So we'll do that. Get him out of the way. Get Landius in there and get an attack off. And Liana does have access to act again, so next turn I'll try to make use of that. For now, I might as well just throw another wrench into these works here. We'll get Leon healed up since I know he'll be attacking next turn. So she's going to stay there, which means I should have an opening, since Landius is reserving a spot for us. And then it's time to just eat a bunch of machine AoEs for a bit. Okay, so there's that debuff that shows that Angelica's going to be chasing Elwin. Not really going to matter at this point. Even if she does kill Elwin, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape with her having almost no hit points left. In fact, I'm going to be able to bring Elwin around and use Act Again on him. And then just give her a chop, which she'll probably survive. Oh, barely. So the fact that she survived that is kind of interesting because we have to eat another wave of even more robots. And if my team was a little bit weaker, then I'd be worried that they could take out Liana and Elwin and Landius here with these big AoEs. Well, the ones that are big anyway, some of them aren't. So Liana's gone. This is where the fact that I put Leon far away was helpful. So if you have other kind of really mobile characters like that, then you can use that to your advantage to make up for a little bit of a strength deficit. To keep your team alive a little bit longer. So I don't really need to, but I'm going to use Chivalry here just because it's Leon's style. And then we'll do this last 1,000 damage, and that's the challenge. So hopefully that video was helpful. I know, it's one thing to just say, oh, just pile on DPS and rush her down. It's another thing to kind of see that in action. So kind of the little sticky points might be robot positioning and stuff like that. But play around with it with your high DPS characters, and hopefully you can get it done. So thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next challenge video, and happy Langrissing.